So
what, 2 weeks?
yeah, because we didn't do one last week.
Yeah. Lives.
Lives and yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's just a lot right now.
There's a lot going on. Like personally,
Yeah.
wrestling, personally.
Yeah.
Just like there's just, it's a crazy season.
Yeah. And I feel like each freestyle, I feel like for some reason folk style season is very like predictable. I don't know.
Yeah,
like regimented. Like we go to the similar tournaments or like whatever, but like this freestyle and Greco season has been like
rogue.
Like
Yeah.
and I think with the podcast and like different things that we've been like doing or people we've been talking to, it kind of adds like a little element of surprise in there. And yeah, it's been fun, but it's been a lot.
Nothing has been the same though this year, even like club wise.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So like even without the podcast, like nothing has been. It has just been an interesting season.
Yeah.
I think I've gone to 2 things.
Yeah, you've gone to 2 tournaments.
That's it, folks.
Wait, Freestyle State you didn't go to?
No, I went to Freestyle State.
And then Greco, and then you get to 3.
Okay, I did 3.
You did.
I did 3 tournaments.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah.
I didn't go to the Northern Plains.
No, you didn't go to the Northern Plains.
I did not go to Vegas.
You did not go to Vegas.
Nope, my pregnant butt said,
I know.
We're not doing that.
I've missed you a lot. I'm like,
But you and Nelson both said, I'm so happy Mara's not here in a nice way.
Yeah, so well, I guess we could talk about Vegas for a little bit.
Sure, sorry.
It was no, it's good. Like this is what I was thinking about it. So to Vegas, it was myself, my husband, Nelson, and then
my father-in-law.
Yes, Bob Baker, and then there was 4 Forge athletes from our club, and then Nelson competed in the Masters. Okay. Nelson competed in the Masters, and then my husband had broken his foot, but he was supposed to compete in the Masters, so that I think that's also why like it's been weird because like Brian can't. I'm like I keep forgetting you're broken. I tell him that all the time. Like he's just I'll be like, oh, like can you go do that? And I'm like, oh crap, no, you can't do that. Like in the best way. I'm like, oh, you can't. You're broken. Like I have to do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we went to Vegas, which was awesome. Like I had never been to the U.S. Well, I've never been to Vegas in general.
Yeah.
But I've never been to the U.S. Open. But it was like go, and I got to meet Gary Abbott. So he's like a media guy for the USA Wrestling. Really nice guy. And he was like encouraging me to like just like take as much content as possible. So I was like, all right. So like I was like, go.
You were there to work.
I was working like literally. Like I also met Allison Schwab, which she's amazing. And so I was like keeping up with her. Obviously she was doing Iowa people. I was doing Illinois people. And we would like meet back at the tables. Anyway, so it was a lot. And we were like walking back one time and me and Nelson were like, well, we're glad Mara's not here. Like we miss her, but like, oh my gosh. And like, it was a lot and there's no light there in the casino. It was just, I forgot to eat one day and it was 7 p.m. and I was like, I'm hungry. And I was like, oh, it must be like lunchtime. No, freaking 7 p.m. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to die.
Can you imagine me?
I know I can't, Mara, with her little snack bag.
I'm eating like 7 meals a day.
You would have told us, so like, it's time to eat.
Yeah.
And then we would have eaten.
But like just all of it.
Yeah.
Well, then you waited around, you were working, but they waited around for Caden to wrestle one night until 7 o'clock and it was 9 o'clock our time.
His first match was at 7 p.m. And I was like,
I would have been, oh my God, I would have not been okay.
Yeah. It was, And then,
but like, of course I wish I was there.
Yeah.
But I think this is like how you know that like I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
Because I was like not, like one time maybe I was like, oh, I wish I was there. Otherwise I was like, no.
Yeah. No, I don't.
That's
like
how you know I'm not okay.
Like it is not for the faint of heart. No, for sure. Like it was not for the faint of heart. Like I was like, whoa.
No, it was like work.
Yeah. And if you were there, you would have wanted to work too.
100%.
Like you wouldn't have been like, oh, I'm just gonna put my feet up. I mean, a little bit, but you also would have been like, well, I want to go down there. I'm like, I want to go down there. So, but yeah, the U.S. Open was awesome. Like Brian reminded me that, so this year was an Olympic year, so a lot of like the Olympians weren't there, but next year
they're all gonna be there.
And I'm like, they should be there. So I was like, let's get our room like right now. Like I'm ready to go back. Yeah. And then Nehemiah, so my oldest, is gonna compete in like the future. So like it'll be fun.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Nelson said he's wrestling now for the eternity of time into the Masters, and I'm like, no. Yeah, but okay. He did fine.
Yeah, he did.
Like he wrestled well.
He did great, I think.
He didn't get hurt. Anybody, if you were wondering.
No.
'Cause that's what I think. I don't know if I said that on the podcast.
Yeah, you did.
I told him like, if you get hurt, not my
no.
problem.
You
But
didn't say that on the
well,
podcast.
I can be mean because I was like, your wife is pregnant. Don't break something, and then like I'm like you're inept. Right?
Imagine he's broken and you're like trying to put the crib together.
That's what I mean. I would have been so pissed. Can I say pissed? I'm saying pissed. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, I was a little harsh, but it's okay. He's fine. He
Yeah.
did well.
He did
He would
well.
like text me. I only missed like 2 matches
'Cause of the time difference. right?
and then I went to bed.
Yeah.
It's like, so I just like watched him in the morning, and then it was so cute. I don't know if I told you this. I was at my dad's house that weekend, and Bennett was like, "Did Nelson wrestle?" That's my 4.5. Don't let it, whatever. Nephew. He's like, "Did Nelson wrestle?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Can we watch him?" I'm like, "Sure," but I was like, "We're only gonna watch the ones where he won." Then it's like, "Yeah, I don't want to watch him lose." I was
Yeah.
like, "Okay, good." So it was so funny. We were like watching him. He's like, "Who do we want to win?" I'm like, Nelson. Clearly,
Nelson.
it was so funny.
I
I
thought.
watched Caden's matches. Like
Oh.
he wanted to like see people like wrestle. So I'm like, okay. So it was
Yeah.
kind of fun.
It was not to put like Nelson on the spot here, but like it was fun when he did get beat by that. Was it a Kazakhstan? Where was that guy from?
The twins.
Yeah, where were they from?
I don't know.
Kyrgyzstan. So there were these 2 twins who are very good at Greco,
Yeah.
and both were Nelson's Breck. Both I can't remember.
Yeah.
Whatever. So, but USA Wrestling posted a picture of Coach Baker like getting thrown, and the high schoolers shared it to everything that they had, Facebook,
Yeah.
everything. And I was like, but he took it well.
Well, I was so confused because one of the high schoolers did it, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so sad. He's like, yeah, it is so sad. I'm like, then why'd you post it?
No, but USA Wrestling posted it.
No, but the high schooler like reposted it.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, why are we posting it if it's just sad? Like, why would you show your coach getting thrown?
Well,
like,
the guy was so good that
you know,
like
it was
it's
just-
okay.
It was just funny. I was like, wait, if this is sad, why are we putting out into the universe?
Yeah, it's funny.
But he said that's the most fun he's ever had wrestling.
It looked like he had
So like
fun.
I can't
Yeah.
I guess I can't knock it. Like whatever, but
Just wait till next year. But they're gonna train. That's what my husband said. Like they're gonna train. Well, because okay, to be
he was
fair,
gonna train for this.
like my husband, now he's broken, so now he has to like rehab back. Like
Does he have to get surgery?
he doesn't have to get surgery. He's still getting. So it's been like a thing because of his insurance or whatever. But he still has to get a CT scan. But the doctor he's at now says that he probably doesn't need surgery.
Yeah.
But his like he can feel that like his leg is like weak now. He hasn't
Yeah.
used it, like put anything on it for
I
like
feel him.
3 weeks, 4 weeks, and he's and he's like, I'm gonna have to like come back.
Yeah,
And,
he'll have to do like physical therapy, right?
And then he's gonna wrestle next year, you know, with
Yeah.
the Masters.
Just don't break it again.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
I think yeah, I told that on the
Yeah.
podcast.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then I felt so bad when your
You like
husband got
manifested
broke.
or spoke it
Yeah,
out, and then it happened.
accidentally.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun to like watch it when they would like text me like they're on this mat. Like, okay, so I quick pull it up on Flow, and it was like I was there without being there
Yeah.
because like I saw you guys on the screen, so that was kind of fun. I don't know if that makes any sense at all.
Yeah. I
But
Like the whole experience at Vegas was so cool because everything was like there. So like
Yeah.
there's like a tunnel to get there. I mean, we didn't stay right next to it. But anyway, so I feel like if we go next year, which I want to go, like it'd be fun to be like where you don't have to be at the tournament the whole time. Like
Sure.
so if we take Nehemiah, like like one of us could be in the room with him and it's not like a drive away or like whatever.
Yeah.
It's like right there. But yeah. So but it's just a little expensive. That's it.
yeah,
The flight. Yeah.
my father-in-law had a great time though.
Oh yeah, it was fun having him there, and
Yeah.
I think we had a fun time. It was
Yeah.
cool. It was really fun.
Yeah, I got home and Nelson was like, I was like, just taking it all in.
Yeah, it was
So
super
it's fun to hear about.
Yeah, and next year should be funner, more fun, whatever that.
Yeah,
word is.
hopefully we have more kids that want to go.
Yeah, and to
And
see
just-
like the Olympians or higher, like that was U20. No, what is it? The juniors.
U23s,
No, whatever. I can't even talk right now. Whatever.
There would still be the younger people, right? It would be U23s, and
I don't know.
Because like Kyle Snyder's not wrestling at that, is he?
No, but
Do you know what I'm saying?
we
Like,
were
it'd be, like, the
watching.
younger class.
So this weekend we at Northern Plains so of course we were at the tournament, and since we didn't have any of our older guys there,
Mhm.
and I didn't want to stay like necessarily to take
Yeah.
pictures of anybody else, so like we went home, but we watched wrestling at home at
Yeah,
the
of
place, and we
course.
were watching the Vito Arujau documentary, like it's called
Oh,
Vito
cool.
Out of the Shadows or something, and they showed a lot of clips of him wrestling at the US Open last year.
Yeah.
So whatever that age level is or whatever.
I think
I don't know.
U23s. I'm almost positive
Yeah.
because there's U20
U20, U23.
And then
Yeah,
U23.
yeah, yeah. Unless it's called something else. But
and then
yeah.
another world thing
Yeah.
team.
But I was like, I was there. Like you could see it. It was so that'd be fun to do next
So
year.
yeah, I mean like Mitchell Messenbrink would have been
Yeah.
wrestling there.
Yeah.
Keegan O'Toole would have been wrestling
Yeah.
there.
I did see what was that guy's name? The
Um,
Penn State guy who we saw wrestle at the NCAAs. What's his name? Braden Davis.
Braden Davis.
Braden Davis was
That's
there?
right. There was like a whole thing.
Yeah.
Why?
did-
Why was it a thing? I can't remember.
He didn't do that well.
Backmania.
Yeah.
They posted something about like an NCAA.
Oh my
God,
gosh.
that's good. Sorry, guys. No.
Wow.
She probably just saw your truck for the first time. So
Oh.
embarrassing. Down. Willow, get down. Hey.
So it's
Hey.
cool. Willow. That's okay.
Okay, whatever.
So Willow.
Sorry, she just took out the whole entire thing. Okay, calm down.
But yeah,
Oh my god.
that was funny. Okay. But yeah, so he was there. The Braden Davis guy was there, and then like it was cool to see Bo Bassett. I got to take some pictures. We posted it on the podcast
yeah,
Instagram,
yeah.
and he shared it, so that was fun. And like Yanni Diakomahalis was there. I saw from afar.
Oh.
And then who else did I see? Like Daniel Cormier was there, and like there was a lot of people there that were like famous in the wrestling world. And this is funny. Well, not funny, but so BJ Fatral, we talked about him on our episode, like one of our first episodes. And I was always like, I don't know if he remembers me.
Yeah.
Me, but he came up to me at the US Open and we were talking. He's like, yeah, I remember you. So it was, and Allison was sitting right there. And she's like, I listened to that podcast. I was very invested in your conversation.
Yeah, he's coaching with Nelson this year.
Yes.
This summer.
So there's like another connection there.
Yeah. What did Nelson say? I can't remember. He's like, yeah, I just met BJ Fatral. He's gonna coach with me on the dual team. I'm like, cool. It was like funny because I was like, wait, that's the person. And I
Yes.
like, in my head. I was like, did you know him? He's like, no.
So when he was
okay.
talking to me and I was like, yeah, Mara, like she's pregnant, she's not here. Like her husband Nelson's around here. He does like the dual stuff. He's like, yeah, I just talked to him. And I was like, oh, like they knew each other forever. And then I asked Nelson, I was like, hey, you talked to BJ, like you caught up? And he's like, no, I literally just met him. And I was like, oh, okay. Like very
Nelson-esque.
yeah. I feel like a very guy thing to say, no offense to the guys. But like, oh yeah. But like, okay, we just literally just met.
Yeah, now they're coaching
Mm-hmm.
the dual team.
The dual team for Illinois. Woo,
Yeah.
go Illinois. Oh, and I also, so this is like going back and I feel like I'm talking a lot, but so I saw Allison Schwab like over there and I was like, that has to be her. Like I saw her pass. She had a media pass. She was with the UNI people. And then Brian was like my hype person. He's like, go talk to her. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, no, I'll see her around later. But I went up to talk to her and I was like, Allison, like, it's Yesenia, like, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, and I was like, Mara's not here, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. But I was like, I need to tell you the story about Doug, just so like you're not mad that like, or he doesn't hate us. So I told her the story that
Yeah.
we told on the podcast of like how we didn't like, but like when we were at the duels last
Yeah,
year,
we,
the
like,
Iowa
hated
people
Iowa.
were like, ah. Did I say Iowa people?
Yeah.
Sorry. The Iowa people, and we were like, the coaches were like, oh, they're getting on our nerves. And she's
Yeah.
like, no, she's like, that's total, like a very Doug thing. Like, she's like, the first time I saw him coach, like, I was like, are you like that all the time? So anyway, so I told her the story. So I was like, don't be surprised
There's
if
no hate.
no hate. Like, love. I was like, tell him that we think he's great. Like,
Just now when he's coaching against Illinois.
yes. She's like, no, I totally get it.
Which I
But-
think is totally like a normal thing.
yes, that is a normal thing. Like, there's like, you're invested in your team, and anybody that's not on your team is like,
Well, just
whatever.
Well, if you think about it, so like a kid that would be on the dual team, like in the summer, if they're wrestling like a Rochelle kid at state, Nelson's like, I don't
Yeah.
like this kid right now. Like he does, but like
Yeah. They're the enemy right now. Like in this situation, like they're
I
the
think that's
enemy.
like completely normal.
yeah.
I think that would be normal in like any sport.
I would say so. Yeah.
But especially wrestling.
But especially wrestling. And especially because we were on the Iowa side.
Yeah, that was actually. We accidentally did sit on the wrong side in our defense.
Yeah.
Or in their defense, I guess.
Yeah. So I was like, oh.
But that's in Salt Lake City where I'm not going to that.
Yeah. No, I wish I was going, but no. I like Utah, but can't. So much money in wrestling. I mean, spending on wrestling.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys have been traveling a lot.
Yeah, because this weekend we're at Northern Plains. Like again, you didn't go, and that was fun. But
well, they had it on a Friday.
yeah, they had Greco on a Friday, which was I think in the defense of USA Wrestling, I think they did it so they could have 2 days for freestyle.
100%. I totally get it.
But that sucks for Greco and like
Yeah.
people who work or kids who are like, can't make it out of school or
No.
whatever.
The whole thing, it's the same distance to go to Central Plains. The whole thing was parents couldn't get off work to take their kids.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to pull them out of school.
Yeah. I think that's like how do I say this in like a not nice way? Like, I mean, in a nice way. There's like a lot of clubs who have more resources that they end up taking the kids. So that's like not like an issue for like, how do I say it? Like
Bigger clubs.
bigger clubs. So if it hurts the smaller,
Yeah.
more like probably smaller town or smaller whatever clubs because they don't have the resources.
I mean, it hurt our club.
Yeah, it hurt. Yeah, but like there was other clubs there that like they had a full roster, like whatever, which is fine. But it did suck that Greco was on Friday, and it was cool that it didn't start till 1, so that you like if you were traveling there, you got to weigh in and then have a little bit of time. It wasn't like 9 a.m. on Friday. It didn't start till 1, so it was a little bit.
And did they get done at a decent time?
Yeah, well, since we only had littles, we got there at 1. We were done by 4.
Yeah. Do you know how late it went with the other kids?
I don't think it went that late. Probably like 6, 7,
I
maybe.
wonder how their numbers were.
There was 2,000 something.
There still was? Just for Greco?
The
or
whole
no?
tournament. I don't know about just Greco. But obviously still visually there was more people for freestyle.
Yeah.
But the 2-day thing, like I think that's the way to go. So
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how Central Plains is going to go because Central Plains is 1 day for freestyle and 1 day for Greco. So freestyle
Yeah.
might go, a little bit late, kind of like
It did last year.
Mm-hmm. Which is fine
what it
because
is.
yeah, it is what it is. You got to fit it in. You got to get them done. But I think so. Saturday freestyle it started at 9, and I think it went probably to like the evening, probably like 4 or 5, maybe.
Like it did last year.
Like yeah, and then they stopped, and then they started the next day, and then I think they ended like bouts were ending. So like the girl that was there with our club, she was done probably by like 11
Oh, that's not
the next
bad.
day. So like if you want a slower paced tournament and not like going into the middle of the night, it was definitely the way to go. But yeah, also with that they changed the location also, I think probably was a little bit of a factor. Like it's easier to go. Well, I don't know because I was talking to Allison and the Dells is 4.5 hours from her,
Mhm.
and this was only 2 hours from them. And I was a big
Interesting.
wrestling state. So like
Interesting.
I feel like there was a lot more Iowa people, obviously Minnesota people there,
Probably Wisconsin.
and
too,
Wisconsin
right?
people there, less Illinois people. Obviously, I don't have the statistics, so I don't
No.
know, but it was 4 hours from us
Yeah.
as opposed to 2 hours.
hours
So like we
from Dallas.
switched. She's like, aha. And I was like, oh, that sucks. But
Yeah.
she was like, yeah, we only have 2 hours to drive home. So I'm also interested to see the numbers or the statistics on like, usually Central Plains is not an Illinois tournament. It is for those who don't qualify Northern Plains, but I feel like this year more Illinois people would be going to Central Plains that didn't
Mhm.
go to Northern Plains. You know what I mean? So
Nelson always, I don't want to say always. He would always go to Northern Plains because he always wanted 2 chances.
yeah.
So it never really mattered for them, but it also was never on a Friday. And his parents
Yeah.
were teachers, so they would have never taken off work. So
Yeah.
it was never a Friday thing. So
Yeah.
they never, but he always would go to both just in case. Like, let's say he didn't qualify at Northern Plains.
Yeah.
And he told me one year he was the champ of both
Oh, yeah?
freestyle and Greco at Central Plains.
Well, you get to knock people out is what I heard a lot of people talking at Central Plains. So like if you're at Northern Plains and you qualify, right? You're
Mhm.
qualified, but then you go to Central Plains and you keep other states from qualifying
Yeah.
their people. So
Yeah.
like that's cool,
Yeah.
you know? But
Plains, so we had a wrestler. He plays really well on both styles at our states. So freestyle and Greco. He's going to Central Plains for like seeding points for Fargo.
Yeah.
Or yeah, seeding points, seeding.
Something.
I don't know,
to benefit
something
him.
with the bracket. Yeah, to benefit,
Yeah.
that's why he's gonna go.
Yeah.
Which is smart.
Yeah.
I forgot about that aspect
Yeah.
of like for seeding at far. I wasn't even thinking about that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. But I think so. I didn't think my kids were going to go to Central Plains, but now they want to go to Central Plains. So
oh
we'll
yeah,
see.
I heard that.
We'll see.
Well, that's
I don't know.
Yeah, because I think Nelson asked, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's like, are they just want to go for like matches?
For matches.
Yeah.
They want to go. He's like, yeah. I'm like, do you guys want to go? And they're like, yeah. We had already been talking about it. Like,
Sure, just in case if they want to go.
just if they wanted to go, like 4.5 or 4 hours. Like, it's far, but like we just did it and it was not
Yeah.
that bad.
No.
Like, it sucks, but it's like it's not 12 hours or anything.
Kansas
So
City wasn't even that bad, and that was 6 hours.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, no. So it's doable, but we just, your baby shower's this weekend, so I can't go. So
no, that's good.
I'm excited for the baby shower.
Yeah. I can't believe it's already here.
Yep.
I think that's where I'm more like, oh my gosh. I was like, oh, that's all the way in May.
I know.
And I was like, it's May. I'm like,
It's
oh
May. It's
God.
mid-May. It's like
Yeah, it's really May.
I feel like I'm behind though. I don't know if this is like everyone else feels like that or it's just like you and I, but like I feel like I'm behind on what May usually feels like for me.
100%. It's weird.
Like my pool's usually open by now. My pool
Yeah.
is definitely not open.
No.
Like I feel like I have not spent any time in the sun. I feel like I'm super pale
I
still.
actually did that. That's why I'm wearing highlighter color, so it looks like I got some more color. No, yeah, I feel very behind. I think it's just because I have no brain capacity for anything at the moment, so I'm just like
Yeah.
constantly just like, what is happening?
Like it's almost June, Mara.
Yeah, it is.
Like what the heck?
I'm just putting that in the back.
It's like your baby is almost here.
We'll deal with June when it's here. No, yeah, it's crazy. Because I was thinking about it. Nelson's at a tournament every single weekend. He stayed back this last weekend, and it was lovely.
Mm-hmm.
We got to actually spend the whole weekend
I
together.
know, it's so fun.
So nice. And I was like, oh, Nels, it's so good that we spent the whole weekend together and we like each other. Because for a while there, I was like, I don't see you. Do
Yeah.
we still like... I being very sarcastic here. But I was like, I haven't seen him. I haven't
Yeah.
spent any time with him. Like, literally... It was like Saturday, he was at a wrestling tournament, and then Sunday we'd be doing things around the house. And it was
Right.
like actually 2 days of like hanging out. I mean, we still did things, but like, does that make any
Yeah,
sense? Like, it was
yeah.
actually hanging out full. I'm like, okay. And then, so we'll be going to Central Plains. And then
Then
it's graduation the next weekend, which is not like, and it's Memorial Day weekend. I don't really have any
Is
plans.
that not? Oh no, last chance is in June. We discussed.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
So, and he's not going to Ohio or something.
Okay.
And then, so there's only 2 weekends, and then I think he leaves for camp.
And
For-
camp like for the duel for
the duels, and then he's gone for like 12 days, 13 days. And then it's like he comes back, and I want to say there's not even 1 weekend in between there. And then he goes to
Kids Nationals. Yeah.
and then it will be almost like the 4th of July, and then I'm giving birth. So I'm like, ah!
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
it's like if you do the weekends like that, it's like, oh my god.
And they're gonna come fast.
Yeah.
Jeez. That's
So there's
crazy.
like not that many events, but there is.
Yeah.
Like now.
yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is going by so fast. I think that's why it's just
Yeah.
like, what is happening? Because I feel like, oh my gosh, January and February and
Oh.
March just drag.
Yeah,
on.
January was long. I feel like that's the long December and January and like wrestling is like
Yeah.
like, oh the weather, but now it's like
Yeah. Nelson made the comment how nice it was when you'd get out of the wrestling tournament in Vegas and it'd be like nice out.
yeah.
He's like, it was so cool.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, it's kind of like that right now, is it not? He's
Yeah.
like, no, Mara, it was like Vegas weather. I'm like, what the hell does that mean?
I think like Nelson lived his best life in Vegas. Like, I don't know. Like his dad was there. Like it was so much fun. Like whenever time we hung out together, which wasn't that much because
she was working.
yeah, and like freaking Caden was wrestling at like 7
Yeah,
p.m.
yeah,
that one
yeah.
day. But like they went to see the Sphere. Like,
Yeah.
and it was just like fun.
Well, his dad like said he's like, I needed a vacation. So they were just like living their
Yeah,
best
we
lives.
went to like walk through one of the casinos, dump like
Yeah.
Caesar, whatever. I don't even know what they are.
That's a thing.
And like we walked around and it was just like, and then we were like, Man, good thing Mara's not here because we walked quite a bit that time. We're like, we love Mara, but like she's pregnant. Like it would have been like a thing. And it was late. And then Brian was like scooting
Yeah,
around.
poor Brian.
Oh,
I would have also probably been like the worst.
what a trooper.
Like I would have been like, I need to go to bed. I'm hungry. I can't walk this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, and then you would have been like, she should have stayed
You're like
home.
Mara. No.
Exactly. I think we saved everyone's opinion.
But you missed all the wrestling. But you did watch everyone, like most of
I
the
did,
kids. Yeah,
yes.
so you were on it. You were on it.
Yeah, I
Um,
even maybe illegally watched at work. I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
Just kidding. No, you guys literally fell on my lunch break every
Yeah.
time because of the
the
time difference. It was
yeah.
perfect. I remember though at one point, Caden was like, there was like, I can't remember. It was his first match, and the other kid didn't have the right singlet on. And
Oh,
we were waiting for that
yeah.
kid. I'm like, I have 5 minutes until I have to go to the building. You guys better get this going. I'm like, Caden. It was kind of funny.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. But another thing that happened, like wrestling related, not kids, I guess, but it was the last chance qualifier, like the Olympics or whatever it was called, where sad day, the 3 Greco guys didn't qualify.
Yeah.
Kamalde was the closest, but he fell short, which
Mhm.
we still love them. All our Greco guys.
And the repechage.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. He it was like the one to win the 3rd place, and he lost, right?
Yeah, and he lost. And then Spencer Lee like smashed everyone. Like
Yeah.
I mean, he had a close match, kind of, but he did so well, so he qualified. And
I
then
actually didn't watch him at all.
you didn't watch him at all. So I didn't watch him live because we were at Northern
No,
Plains.
yeah, we didn't watch him.
But
One morning, Saturday morning, we watched him live.
Flo,
I want to say.
Flo posted this thing on YouTube where it's like all his matches in one video.
Yeah.
Because he only wrestled like 11 minutes total or something. Because
Yeah.
he teched people
Yeah.
like fast or whatever.
I want to say we only watched one of his matches because we watched him Saturday morning. No. We missed his first one because it was like at
It was like 3 in the morning or something. Yeah.
We watched it after. And then we watched his second one and he won. And I'm like, okay, like he's just going to win. But then we watched the second one where Zayn lost
Yeah.
to the Mongolian guy.
I want to say yes, but don't quote me, guys.
I can't remember his last name. But that's who he lost to.
Yeah.
And then he ended.
He went to the reportage.
And then, yeah, and then luckily
Yeah.
he got to the rep. So Nelson explained that to me.
Yes, please tell us.
So it's not like how in a regular tournament, overseas tournaments are like this.
So when you
Like,
lose, right? Like,
yeah, you lose. That person you lose to, you only get a chance to wrestle back for 3rd if they continue to win and they're in the semis or something like that. Like they have to win
Yeah.
more. So if that guy would have lost, Zayn would have not.
But he
been
lost. Then
able
he was
to-
the Mongolian guy because the Mongolian guy
Yes.
can. Yeah.
Yes. But it's because so then he goes into repechage, and that means you can wrestle back.
Yeah.
Because it's not like the wrestle. That's the word I was looking for. Wrestle backs aren't a thing
Yes. Correct.
in like.
and he had to
those
win all
tournaments.
3.
Yes.
Right. And then
he goes against the 3rd place person to
Mhm.
get true 3rd
to
place.
3rd place, and he did it, and I was so excited.
Oh my god, I was so stressed. I'm not even kidding. I was like, I could barely breathe. I was like, oh my god. This
I didn't watch him live, so you were texting me, and I was like, oh, God. And
I was literally like, what? I put on the stories. I was watching with one eye. I couldn't handle it. I was so stressed.
yeah,
Why? Again?
yeah.
Calm down. But like I was FaceTiming my sister. I'm like, oh my gosh, Sharon, if he doesn't place, oh my god, could you imagine making the Olympic team and then you don't even get to place because he didn't qualify the weight? She was like, what? I'm like, Erin, this is really horrible. This is super stressful. And she was just like, so I explained to her. She goes, oh, that would suck. I'm like, yes, Erin,
yes,
yes, it would.
yes,
Unfortunately, that happened with other people. But
yes.
good.
Yeah.
But we watched that. That was fun. Every morning we watched it. It was kind of nice. We got to like watch it in the morning, and then it was like done
Yeah.
for the day. If that makes any sense. So it was
Yeah.
kind of. And we were clearly watching your kids,
yeah.
but it was kind of nice to like, I don't know, watch that in the morning and then not have to do it all day long.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. Like
Yeah.
our Olympic trials were like almost all
Yeah,
day.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like it was kind of, even though it was like weird timing, it was kind of nice.
Yeah. And then so like the next Olympic thing is the Olympics, which I think
Yeah.
August 5th through 11th is wrestling, but don't quote
Okay.
me. But that's what I read.
Sure. Doesn't it start
um,
like the 28th or something? Like the
Yeah, it starts at
actual
the end of
Olympics?
July, but you know, wrestling doesn't go till the end.
Yeah.
Cool.
And Nelson said it's always going to be at weird times.
Yeah.
He's like, we never get the, like, what the heck is she eating?
Next year we'll get that. Don't. Oh, I didn't drop anything.
Willow, come here.
She's just sniffing. Hey. Yeah.
Yeah, Nelson's like, we never get the prime time. I'm
Not
like,
till
okay.
LA
Yeah.
next.
Willow.
I don't know what she's eating. I don't think there's anything there. Is there? She's eating something. Is it my headphone? Willow, did you eat my headphone?
Open her mouth. Open her mouth.
I don't think I have my headphone. I put it in the thing. Wait. I don't see anything. Well, it flew away my headphone. That's okay, but I hope you don't die. Should I play something? I don't think I had my headphones in my pocket. I'm gonna play something. See if it
She would have not been able to crunch it that easily, would she?
No, they're in my little thing, so it's not a headphone.
My dog, I swear to God, everyone.
But yeah, that was like a big thing that happened this weekend. And then the Oklahoma State coaching thing.
Yeah. Okay. The Oklahoma State thing. So, casually last week. Was it last week when it all happened? It happened very quickly.
It happened?
Was it last week?
Yeah, it was on
was last week.
Thursday or Friday.
So casually, Nelson is just like freaking out one night. I'm like, what are you freaking out about? Like, he was just like all like, I'm like, what is happening? He's like, oh my gosh, Mara, oh my gosh. I'm like, what? He's like, I think Dave Taylor's gonna become the Oklahoma State University head coach. I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? He's like, yep. Apparently, the athletic director flew out to Penn State.
Oh yeah, that was early last week. Yeah,
He was just like, this is gonna happen. I have to stay up. They're gonna make an announcement. And I'm just like, okay. So then he like told me the whole backstory. And I'm going to mess up names. So I'm not going to say names, but you guys are just going to have to fill in the blanks. So, John Smith.
Yes, Oklahoma, of the previous Oklahoma State head coach.
So he had, like, how David Taylor is the golden boy to Penn State. He also had a golden boy.
Coleman,
yes.
Scott.
Yes. So Nelson's like, he was coaching somewhere else. Can't think of it. Sorry, folks. And he came back. Because it was assumed John Smith was going to be retiring soon. So he was on the coaching staff and was going to take over.
Yeah.
So Nelson's like, but now David Taylor is getting the
who's at Penn State.
Not even a call, a flight to Penn State to go out there and like athletic director, whatever. Nelson's like, I think he's coming. I think it's happening. I'm like, okay. And then he was like all getting me all like riled up because I'm like, then he was like telling me more stuff. He's like, how cool would it be? He's a Penn State guy. Then he goes to Oklahoma. Now it's going to be like Oklahoma versus Penn State. It's going to be great for the sport. It's going to like do all this stuff. And I was like, I hope he is the head coach. And then I started like spiraling and it was like late. Like I go to bed at 7 people and it was like getting to be like 8 o'clock and we're like still talking about it. I'm like, I really need to go to bed. So I remember like waking up in the morning. I'm like, did he get it? What's happening? He's like, yes, he got the coaching job. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then just the memes were really funny.
Yeah.
Like with Bo Bassett. I think I sent you that one.
Which one?
I sent it in our group text.
Oh yeah.
And it was like it was David Taylor, Cale Sanderson, and then
Bo Bassett,
and then Iowa.
Oh, Tom Brands?
Yeah, and they were like all like it was just funny. I can't remember what the meme was, but
so I didn't know like a lot of the back like I knew that it was happening. So in the Facebook group that I'm a part of, that a lot of you guys are probably a part of, it's like they like share like confidential information. Like there's like an informant and like they're like new. And so like I was following it on there and I was like, okay, like cool, like not a big deal. But then when it happened, I was like, everyone is freaking out.
Everyone was
like,
freaking out.
Everyone was freaking out. And then I was like, okay.
Retired? Like, it was like a whole thing.
It was like wild. And then, it happened. And then I, from like my perspective, I was just like, Oklahoma State, their marketing department or whoever put this together,
top
genius.
Top
like,
tier.
I was like in awe of like the whole process. Like,
the videos,
the photos, the like
off the plane,
everything. I was like, oh, like they made it seem that like being a head coach, which it is, but like they made it seem like you're a movie star, like
Magic Man.
Yeah, but like I was like, if you're a non like me, I didn't know. I mean, I knew David Taylor went to Penn State. Like I knew like that Coleman's guy. I knew like that backstory, but like just from like an outside of like, oh, I don't care if David Taylor goes to like Oklahoma State, like cool, like maybe my kids want to go there. But and then I saw all the media and like all the stuff, and I was like, oh, I am invested. And then I saw his like press conference and like the Oklahoma State like press room, and I was like, oh my gosh, like it was genius. Like whoever put that together, like,
but it's a big deal,
huge deal.
Not at Penn State anymore.
And he brought Thomas Gilman and Jimmy Kennedy.
Yeah.
And somebody on the Facebook group was like,
the other guy got fired, right?
what? Yes.
Yeah. Clean out.
Yeah, they cleaned house. Like somebody on Facebook was like, they
That's a thing, though.
even got rid of like some sort of like team manager, like that was like not non-consequential, but like that was like unknown. Like they even got like they totally cleaned house,
Which is kind of normal.
It is normal, but I was like, oh my
But it's
gosh,
still kind of like
yeah.
cutthroat.
But I think
I'm excited.
I'm so excited. Like it.
Could you imagine? Okay, I was thinking about this. We don't have to say names.
Okay,
I'm not gonna say names.
Okay, don't say names.
There was a recent transfer
Uh-huh.
to Oklahoma.
Uh-huh.
An Illinois guy.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Like you casually left yours to go to Oklahoma, which is a big deal. You're getting coached by John Smith.
Yeah.
And then David Taylor's now your coach and you didn't even know that?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
And I was like, I saw him in the back picture. I was like, you lucky little.
I forgot about that.
And I was like, could you imagine like any transfers or like new kids that walk down? Like you're like John Smith, yes, amazing.
Yeah.
But then like boom, David Taylor, Thomas Gilman, Jimmy
But,
Kennedy.
Okay, Oklahoma.
And it's like, and not only that, but like they're making it a huge deal. And now you're
Yeah.
like, okay, here we go.
And so there was a lot of people mad because they wanted Cale Sanders, or not Cale, I'm sorry, David Taylor to stay faithful to Penn
Yeah.
State, but like that's not how jobs work.
Do you blame the guy? I
Like,
don't.
I do not blame him at all. Like, and people were like saying like we're turning it around. We're like, well, then Cale should have stayed at Iowa State because that's where he went.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, that's not how it works. I don't think you could be mad at the guy.
The only thing Nelson was saying is like, I just found stuff because I'm clearly living under a rock. And I don't think about like, I think about coaching in the way of like, Nelson's a coach, but like, I'm
Yeah.
not thinking about like college coaching.
Yeah.
Like, their room is very secretive at Penn State.
Oh yeah.
It's very like, we don't talk, blah, 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 we don't know what they're doing there.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are you gonna bring to Oklahoma? Like, is it gonna be the secret out? Like, did he sign an NDA when he's allowed to talk to from Penn State? Like,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
got me stressed out.
And I think it's cool because so
Oh my
Oklahoma.
god, do you think he's got an NDA?
I mean, I don't know. Contractually, probably.
No, like from Penn State, like when you left,
Oh, probably.
right? Or no?
I don't know. Well, I don't. But like, what qualifies? I have no idea. I don't know how
But
coaching
you know what I'm
works.
saying? Especially if it's like super like, we
Yeah.
don't talk about what happens in the wrestling room. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I'm excited too. And so I found out, I mean, I guess I should have known this as a wrestling fan, but like Oklahoma State is like has the most team titles.
Oh,
I mean, obviously not recent. Well, they've had a few recent ones like in the past like whatever, like 10, 15 years, but they were like a big dynasty like so like no offense to like I don't want to like single out a school that's like, but like I feel like the rivalry this year would be Penn State, Oklahoma State, but like
100%.
there's not even a duel that they don't even duel. I don't think often. So like people are like, let's get it. Like imagine like
That's what means Griffith Sport.
yeah,
I'm excited.
yeah.
It's like a villain now, villain era. Like
Yeah.
what's happening?
I know.
I'm hooked.
Whoever, yeah, the minds behind this. I was like,
Look at me.
oh
I'm
my-
over here like freaking out.
I know.
This was me that one night. Nelson's like hyping me up, and
When
I'm
you
getting all
texted the
hyper.
group text, you're like, I don't even know. What
I
you
literally
said.
said this is all we've been talking
I
about.
think
for
I'm
the
gonna,
past,
I'm gonna pull it up what you said because I was like, oh my gosh, she's rolling. I don't know where I was, and I was like not that invested in it at the time. Like
My
I
friend
knew.
was here.
What? Oh yeah,
friend
my
was here
friend
from
was here from Mexico City,
So
so
you
I
were
was
just kind of
like,
living.
yeah,
it
I
was
was.
personal. You were living your personal life.
Yes,
not
I was
wrestling.
not wrestling minded, and then you were
And then
like,
all of a sudden, Mara's wrestling minded during the week, and you're like, "What's up with her? Is she okay?"
where's this? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna.
So I got like all excited.
Yeah, you said. What did you say?
I asked Nelson. I was like, "Are we gonna be Oklahoma State fans now?" Nelson's like, "No."
You said David Taylor in Oklahoma is all Nelson and I have been talking about about for the last day.
It's true.
LMAO, and then you sent that me.
Yeah. I don't
Which
even
you
know
guys
what
can't
that
see,
is.
but
I don't even know what that is, but it made me giggle. I don't even know. I don't think.
I think it's
is
trying
it a
to
video game.
Yeah, it's a video game. It's like NCAA Wrestling 25, and I think it's trying to say like Bo Bassett's in the middle. Like, who's he gonna pick? Like
Yeah.
he was gonna pick
I
Penn
understand,
State, but now
I
he's
don't know what it
picking
is. Is it like
David
a video
Taylor.
game? Like I don't know what it is.
and then
but-
hopping over Iowa. That's what I got from
Oh,
it.
I did not get the hopping over Iowa part. That's funny.
That's funny.
Sorry, Iowa.
Yeah, but
No,
yeah.
we're not. Nelson's. I mean, we watch college wrestling, but I feel like Nelson's like we're not. Like I said, like are we Oklahoma? I know.
No.
He just loves the rivalry now. He's like
Yeah.
that's fun.
Yeah. And remember though, at the NCAA's, John Smith kept throwing the brick
Everyone
during the
booed
Dayton
him.
Fix matches, and you're like, take that guy. I'm like, Mara, he's like a legend. Remember? I was like, that's
I was
John
getting
Smith.
So triggered. I was getting so triggered. I was like, oh my gosh, he's really throwing a hissy fit right now, and I'm getting so annoyed. And sorry.
I know. I just think it's funny because I was like, he's a legend.
Which he very might well be, and he is, but like he was throwing hissy fits, and I was getting
Yeah.
annoyed.
We finally watched at Northern Plains. No, at the house that we were staying at. We finally watched the Vito. We watched the Vito and Dayton match, like on the screen, like you know. And it was 21. It was like 21, 22 minutes or something.
we sat
whatever.
through it.
Yeah, but anyways, so we watched it, and I was like,
Could you
oh,
hear the booing?
yes, a little bit. But
Dayton Fix is staying on. He's gonna be at their RTC.
yeah, at Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Well, I think they're here.
I think
My
the
family.
children are here.
Yeah. So yeah, that was like all the wrestling. I feel like this was more like a
Sorry, we
almost
got
like a
riled up.
gossipy episode.
A gossip session with Mara and Yesenia.
But yeah, so
wives.
I
Well,
think
we haven't been just us in like for a long time.
I know we do have more guests coming up, and like, I mean, like
We love our guests.
we love our guests. Like every time we have one, I'm
Guests
like,
are
oh,
the best because we barely have to talk.
yeah, and like there's so much good information that we get,
Yeah.
and so we have a few guests in the works.
Yes.
And then we just wanted to catch you guys up. Like Willow's gonna bark,
Yeah.
but Mara's still pregnant. Like
Still pregnant. 32 weeks, folks.
and we're still here wrestling. Well, not us wrestling, but like in the wrestling, and it continues.
She's kicking right now.
Oh, see, she likes
She
wrestling.
likes the wrestling.
But yeah, so
Are they going to make an appearance? Are you guys going to say hi?
are you guys gonna say hi to the podcast? We're in the middle of recording.
We're almost done. You can come say hi to the fans.
Who is that? Okay,
Yeah, come say
you want to
hi.
come say hi to the fans on the Mine Elias?
Go say hi to the fans.
They always want to come sit in the chairs.
Come say hi. You gotta look at the kid. No, you gotta
Come in. So cute.
But yeah, so do all the things on Facebook
Yeah.
and Instagram and YouTube, and
We hope you liked the episode.
yeah,
Sorry, I went a little rogue.
I know those are the best ones.
The best.
But yeah, and then we'll hopefully be here next week.
yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. But that. Thank you guys.
We'll figure it out. We're still gonna have episodes. I think from now until like we're gonna try to keep chugging them out.
Yeah.
And we'll definitely be taking a little bit of a
Yeah,
hiatus.
I think like season 1, season 2. You
Yeah.
know, like we'll have a
we'll
little.
because there's no wrestling in August. What are we doing?
I know.
That's like not a thing. Well, I also will be giving birth.
Well, not in August. I hope.
No, but I'm saying like give me like at least 8 weeks to come back.
Maternity leave.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah.
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 Oh yeah, maternity leave from Thad.
Yeah.
We'll still
We'll
crank
post
something
and
out.
stuff, and I feel like it'll give me a chance to catch up on reels from the podcast
Yeah.
because I feel I'm a little behind.
That's okay. She's doing
But
amazing.
It's it's us. And it's
So good luck to the Central Plains people
Yeah.
this weekend.
and
And that's it.
yeah, that's
for
all.
this weekend, right?
Yep.
All right. Bye everyone.